Scientists are just obviously like everyone else. And just like everyone else, not participating is its own statement. Not participating is a political commitment. When you do not participate, you are committing to the way things are. Often you are committing to things getting worse.
It's something that's been building for a number of years, this sort of anti-science, anti-fact, anti-information attitude that's been cropping up around Congress or legislators in general. And I think it really just went off the rails at the election.
Department of Environmental Protection. We are going to get rid of it in almost every form.
His EPA pick sued the agency 12 times.
The Environmental Protection Agency with a proposed 31% cut.
Trump took the first step toward erasing rules limiting carbon dioxide emissions from coal-fired power plants and easing restrictions on new coal mines.
Those attacks didn't start with the Trump administration, but it certainly has been a catalyst for the scientific community to step up and get involved in electoral politics. If you've never run for office, it can be pretty daunting. So I founded 314 Action to encourage scientists to run for public office.
I'm going to be running for Congress in New York's 22nd District.
I'm considering running for public office in San Diego, so I needed to do something beyond just being angry.
I'm a city councilor in Cambridge, Massachusetts. When an administrator hands me a report and says you should rubber stamp this, I know whether there's bias by looking at the numbers and by looking at the report, and I can tell when there's a report and I'm just being asked to find some creative problem solving.
So let's see how you're doing with the nonverbals.
We've made cell phones and everything else much better year after year, and it's not just dumb luck. It's not that it's easy, it's how we, the scientific community, the engineers, attack these problems. And so this is a skill set that I think I've built up, and I'm not smarter than the average bear, but I try to do my work carefully.
Stand up, fight back!
We went from a war on science to a war on facts, and that's a really dangerous place for us to be in as a nation.
I'm one of these scientists who actually makes stuff. If you think I'm a liar, then your cell phone doesn't work. I have great respect for the climate scientists, but the challenge they have is if it's a cold day, then somebody in Congress will say, it was a cool day today, therefore all the scientists doing this work are liars. I'm sort of trying to stick my neck out and maybe be a leader of the charge of the science community, in that my branch of science goes right into the consumer hand.
It also doesn't sit well with me that there's not a lot of people who look like me in public office. We need people who understand the value of science and who are advocating for that, and not just through a society, but are actually on the Hill or actually in local office and really advocating daily. In order to be the change that I want to see, I think I have to actually go out there and put myself out there.
Science is and always has been political, whether it was nuclear weapons or the fact that the Earth orbits the sun. But what we've seen too much of lately are politicians meddling in science and unashamed to try to silence scientists. And I think the way we push back against that is to claim a seat at the table.
My wife does knitting, and there was somebody who knitted a whole bunch of nerdy computer various patterns, and so I've got a resistor with a battery, the resist hat, so it's rocking the resistor hat.